Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to Farmers Dynasty. It's good to see you here for a game that is available now, finally, on PlayStation and Xbox, and is making its return, I guess, to PC with more updates. We took a look at this game about a year ago, and I thought I'd jump back into it to see what has changed since then, and it certainly is a beautiful game, and another great simulator. Finally one available for consoles. So if you guys want to see more of this game, make sure you click or tap that like button and let me know you want to see more. And thank you everybody for all your lovely support. We've been tasked with helping out a neighbor plowing their fields here to... Sir? Sir, could you get off this property, please? This is private property. Sir, thank you. Thank you. All right, so again, thank you everybody for all your support. We're going to help out a lovely neighbor here today as we just arrived in town and introduced ourselves to a few neighbors that you may have missed out on for the initial start of the game, but I don't want to spoil anything other than saying that our great-grandpappy passed away. We inherited a farm, and now we're helping out our lovely neighbors in order to get some building materials and do all sorts of things. We can actually upgrade the barns in this game and actually repair and upgrade things, including building solar panels, repairing concrete and brickwork, and also doing some woodwork. And here we have a lovely tractor that our neighbor Oliver lent to us, actually gave us after we helped him out in repairing his roof. So without further ado, let's get started by finishing a little job for our neighbor and see what we can do. A little detail here that I already like is the man's got his hand on a knee, and he's not like got both hands on the wheel. He's kind of just relaxing a little bit, but it's pretty cool. Now, of course, this is not a John Deere, it's a John Bear, and bear with me here as we get over to one of our fields. Now, of course, if you like yourself some working simulators like American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, Farming Simulator, whatnot, Farmers Dynasty is definitely going to be for you. We'll eventually find ourselves love and happiness, get a pet, and possibly have a child as well. But we have to repair our homestead, and in order to do that, we need to help out our lovely neighbors there, just like that one, and eventually earn the trust of everyone in order to unlock more equipment, money, and then eventually build ourselves a farming empire that will probably put them out of business. All part of our evil plan. Well, let's get started by finishing up the field here. I did a little bit of it, and now I figured I'd share the rest of the game with you. Thanks to the developers, by the way, for sponsoring and promoting today's video. So thanks to them for reaching out and asking me to give it another try. We previously tried this on PC about a year ago. It's been since I played Farmers Dynasty. And I must say that, of course, you get what you pay for when it comes to farming simulators. We're plowing, and then eventually we'll be towing all sorts of things and bringing in new equipment. We'll harvest, and we'll stack hay bales, and we'll go on other quests to help out neighbors and eventually make money. This game also requires you to take care of your farmer as well as your farmstead by feeding yourself and making sure that you eat and take care of your livestock as well as other things. Oh, looks like we're getting a little hungry now. Look at the timing. And I must say, by the way, I really like how the wheels and such bounce around a little bit more than in Farming Simulator. In other games, I don't really see the suspension working as realistically as other games, and this one definitely tries to simulate that. And let's go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of lunch. I guess we're a little, well, time for a break now. It's lunchtime. So let's go into our menu here. I think it's triangle for work mode, and let's have ourselves something to eat. Let's see what we can do. We can drink milk, we can have tomato sauce, or more condensed milk. Let's have an apple, and let's grab ourselves some fish and tomato sauce. Perfect. Eventually we will have to sleep, but you can see all the information on the screen, including euro, social points, date, and time. I thought I set that to US dollars, but anyway, you can set it to anything you'd like and continue on working. All right, let's finish this job then. Of course, it is a work simulator, and that's exactly what you do. And those are some of the most popular games out there. If you think about it, flight simulators, trucking simulators, and even life simulators such as The Sims are very, very popular. And though it might not be very appealing at the start, I must say that I'm really looking forward to unlocking more jobs and equipment, so that way I can ship my own things out to mill and also get things like hay and straw gathered up from harvest, so that way I can then sell it at market, since I don't have any livestock of my own to begin with. So far, so good on plowing this field. The plow, of course, is essential for preparing for new crops, and also it can be used in conjunction with... oh, there we go. That's a nice camera angle. Cool. It can be used in conjunction with your... well, you plow, and then you have to... oh, what's the thing I think of with the C word? Cultivate. Yeah. You plow, cultivate, then you seed or plant, and then once you're done with that, of course, you can fertilize and then harvest, and that way you can make some big O money. But this game also takes into account your relationship with neighbors, which is really unique, and there's other Dynasty games coming out, this one already being popular enough that they've approved a logging Dynasty game, which will be really interesting. I'd love to see what they do with that one. So stay tuned for more from this franchise. Look at our tractor getting dirty. I wonder if it started out this way. I didn't pay too much attention to when we first started using it, but I must say it actually looks rather good so far. A little rusty, a little dirty, everything you'd expect from a piece of farm equipment, especially one like this from the 50s, it seems. Luckily, our neighbor lent us, or rather, again, gave us this tractor for completing a job for him of fixing up one of his barns. And, of course, the neighbor that we're working for now lent us this plow, which I'm assuming she'll eventually give to us once we've completed the objective. Now, I don't know exactly how much we have to do, but the game doesn't really require you to 100% things if you don't want to. We're pretty close to being done here with this one. We also get some other vehicles to drive, including a pickup truck, which you saw me pull up in originally, and then eventually we can haul some things around with the tractor, such as trailers and much, much more. Eventually we'll probably use manure spreaders in order to fertilize, and we can purchase manure from local farmers and other businesses around, including the fact that we can go to a hardware store in order to purchase lumber and also pieces of metal to upgrade and repair greenhouses and our barns and home as well. And, of course, the ability to purchase vehicles from a separate dealer, which is quite nice, too. No real-world brands, but that's what's good about the game, is that, you know, when you pay for it, you're actually paying for the game and not licenses for things like John Deere and Challenger and other brands such like Case and whatnot. So you get really what you pay for in terms of a game, and that's exactly what it is. Alright, looks like we can turn on our lights if it gets late enough. It's certainly about maybe 5 o'clock now. It's certainly starting to look a little late. So, let's see, lift up that plow again. There we go. Alright, maybe 2 more passes and we should be good. Of course, if you've ever played Farming Simulator before, you know the whole drill of what it's like to actually plow and take care of your fields. And there's nothing more satisfying than at the end of a long day of cultivating and plowing and fertilizing and waiting for the crops to grow, then harvesting and bringing them to market. And once you sell your crops and get a big amount of money, it's really satisfying. Unfortunately, right now, we only have about $500 to our name, which we're really going to need to save for food and maybe some other basic small supplies. But then eventually we'll be able to step it up and buy bigger, better vehicles and upgrades for our farm. Like I mentioned earlier, the ability to buy solar panels. Hopefully this is our last pass. We should be able to make this one with ease. And then we will be able to finish our job for Clara, who's patiently waiting inside and very kind to give us some equipment to start on our farm. Once we're done here, I believe we might be able to start harvesting and then start making our own money. Really like to see the tractor here bouncing around a bit. The suspension looks good, and also so do the wheels as well. They look nice and dirty and sturdy as well. Alright, let's back her up one more time. We want to finish this before nighttime. Let's turn on our old lights here. Sun is going down. Been working since sun up to sundown. I met with the local neighbor Oliver, who and showed me around the farm that our grandfather used to own, unfortunately passing away, and now we have to take over the family farm. But he maintained it in the meantime, so it was nice for us to return the favor by going over to his house and helping to repair his barn. And then, of course, he gave us the tractor, as I mentioned earlier. So kind of cool that instead of just buying everything, there's favors and such that you can do for your neighbors. And that's kind of what being a farmer is all about, is helping out those in need around you and making sure that everybody has a profitable season, high yield, and, of course, high profits. So that way they can buy stuff that they need for the next year and the year after that. And hopefully in return, they'll come and help you when you're in your time of need, too. Alright, this should be hopefully enough. I hope our neighbor lets us know that we're good now. There we go. Perfect. Quest updated. Clara's job. To cultivate the field, go to your own harrow. First, yep, okay, we got that. Check the map for updated objectives. So here's the map of the game, by the way. It's quite a large map. There's a port down here. There's multiple towns and such. A place called Player's Solitude, which I believe is for the old rappers. We have Old Man's Wharf, Old Hill Zone. That's where Sonic lives. Old Wheat Ford, and where we are here at Homestead. This is, I think, land that we own, or at least land that we can eventually purchase in order to build our own farm. Then there's Lakeside, and even a town and a church where we can go and visit the neighbors and earn more social points by basically socializing with everybody and kind of making ourselves a valuable neighbor. Alright, well, we've completed the job for Clara, and I'm assuming she's going to let us keep this piece of equipment, so I guess we can go back to our house. Apparently there's a little dollar sign here. I think we can turn it in and claim our prize. There's also a neighbor who owns a local convenience store. His name is John, and he'll sell us things like drones, chainsaws, weed whips, and more, so we can do a little bit of, I guess, housekeeping and general maintenance to our farm and other farms, and if there's downed trees or whatnot, maybe we can go and pick them up. Alright, let's jump across the highway real quick. There we go. Safety first. Power lines are looking real red. Wow, they kind of look weird. It must be the sundown, I suppose. Alright, pulling into the farm. This is very familiar from when I first played the game. Interestingly enough, I played quite a bit of Farmers Dynasty for PC, and so I kind of remember a lot of the map like the back of my hand. I guess when you play these games a little bit, you really start to remember things with just a little bit of playtime. Alright, so I think we're going to maybe deliver this piece of equipment now, so that way we can claim it, claim ownership. That's how she's going to pay us. And here is our home. Unfortunately, looking really dilapidated. We did some minor repairs to some of the doors and whatnot. Looks like we have to drop this off maybe next to the barn over here. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze through here. There we go. There's some scaffolding there that we can actually place down in order to do maintenance on the roof and the side of the barn, so that's kind of cool. Ah, we have our own cultivator now. I see. So instead of just plowing, we're also going to cultivate. Well, I'll leave this here for the time being. And let's go ahead and lower the machine. And then we want to put the plow down. There we go. Perfect. And we've unlocked Aspiring Farmer. Very good. Oop, going to destroy a little crop here. But I suppose it's inevitable since we got to get in front of this thing. There we go. Not too much crop destroyed, but... And let's see if we can pick this thing up. Hopefully we can come up behind it. And let's see if that's perfect. Whoa, careful there, cowboy. Yeah, that should be perfect, but it won't let me pick it up. Let's see, I guess we have to be a little closer. Ah, there it goes. Perfect. Now we've got that. Go back to Clara's and cultivate the field. So we're plowing and cultivating first for our neighbor. Looks like we got a big O field here for ourselves. Eventually, when we harvest this, it will make a lot of hay and straw from doing that. Eventually, we could dry it out and make hay or straw and then sell it back to the town if we want to. Oh, wow. We're going to be working into the night, I guess. We're running the night shift now. Also on the run from the cops, I got priors, so, you know, I got to lay low for a while in PlayStation 4 until that whole thing in the Lumberjack Simulator blows over, I guess. Alright, back to Clara's. Should be a pretty easy drive to go over there. Very beautiful game, though, I must say. And I'm really excited to see what other games they come up with later on in the series. Could you do Trucking Dynasty? I think I actually did hear of that, too. They're coming up with everything. Alright, let's go back to Clara's. Sir? Why are you in the... This is a bad sign. Why are you always around? It's like the Grim Reaper or something like that. Alright, let's pull back into the house. Alright, there's Clara right there. And she literally has a broom and she's sweeping the dirt. Hi there, weirdo. She's sweeping her dirt road. Okay, yeah, you'd hate for it to bring dirt in to the house, I suppose. Alright, so we've plowed the field, now we have to cultivate. So same thing as before. We're going to drive back and forth. And now I know there's other quests in this game too, such as harvesting pumpkins, I believe. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Some of them blend together sometimes, but this one certainly has one of the most unique systems in terms of it being similar to games like Harvest Moon. So if you're looking for something that's a little more realistic, but kind of has a little bit of charm to it, this is definitely it. You'll be able to court your lady friend too by basically going to John and trading items for money, or trading money or favors for gold rings and jewelry and such, and eventually start a family. I've never gotten that far in the game, so it takes quite a long time to get there. So if you're looking for a family-friendly game for you and the kids, or perhaps a significant other, and you want to hand off and do the jobs one after the other, this might be a good opportunity to do so without a game that's too realistic. This one's kind of more, I wouldn't say arcadey, but more of an RPG, a role-playing game, rather than a simulator, as you're kind of more of the new guy in town trying to earn the trust and respect of the neighbors and build your farm back up to its former glory to make Granddad proud. I'm not reading this off of a script. I think I'm actually just enjoying talking, to be honest. What else do you got to do when you're on a tractor? I don't have a CD player or anything like that. I gotta work. This is good old-fashioned work. Grit, like they had back in the old days. Alright, so once we are complete with this, we get not only the plow, but also we get to use the cultivator in the future, otherwise known as the harrow, which is kind of like a cultivator, but doesn't work in the exact way. Oh, it's really slow to pick up. No wonder I missed a spot then. It actually is not as quick as the plow is. Alright, so just like we did previously, we have to go back and forth a few times in order to complete this job. But again, this is like a simulator, and that's what you got to do. If you're playing Flight Simulator or ATS, those games, again, becoming very popular, It's kind of about getting the job done and feeling that satisfaction at the end of the day. And we'll eventually have to sleep, so our day will come to an end soon. And we can always come back and finish this job later, though we'll have to find some more friends in order to do some other jobs in the meantime. I believe our neighbors will also give us different harvesters and things to use, or better harvesters, until we get on our feet and really earn some money. And then eventually we can get things from our own fields and make a lot of money that way. One of the most important things in the game, and one of the most enjoyable things, is to pick up straw and hay and sell it. And I think you can do that by hand, load it into a trailer, and drive it off to market. So it's really one of the first ways you're going to make a lot of money. Grain is profitable too, but for some reason those bales really give you quite a bit of cash. So a little bit of a pro tip, I guess, there. I've played it before, so I kind of know what I'm doing. A little bit. Alright, so eventually we'll be able to buy some really good pieces of equipment and really earn our way to more modern farming. And of course, bigger tractors means bigger fields, which means bigger profits, and in the end you'll be able to buy much more equipment for your farms. As I mentioned earlier, the solar panels on the barns definitely help you to sell power back to the grid, making more money. And then of course, you'll also be able to cut your expenses because you're not buying power anymore. You're actually selling it back to the power company, and they're forced to give you some money because you're providing energy rather than basically using it. Not to mention, a farm doesn't use all that much energy. Most of the energy is expended from diesel vehicles and such, but there's of course of lighting and other things, type of irrigation systems and whatnot, but they're not like a major factory. And of course, anything you can do in order to make some cash is good. I'm not sure if the game has any placeables. I'll have to look into that. I don't remember anything, but maybe you can move your doghouse around. But it is cool to see a game that has a very unique feature of upgrading your greenhouse and selling crops that way. I've gotten into the game far enough to where I've been able to almost fully upgrade the greenhouse and repair it and start using it to sell goods back to the neighbors who will buy vegetables for a pretty high price. And it's a really good start to be able to afford your equipment, like, for example, fuel and other things that I think you eventually have to start buying on your own for some of your other pieces of equipment. Alright, now there's a cruise control. If I press down, though, I'm afraid that it's going to unhitch the thing here. It says right-click change camera, and left-click is, or rather left button is for, oh, we can actually go into first person. That's kind of cool. Or much further away mode. That's helpful. That's nice. The camera can go back. Oh, let's try to drive in first person here. I much prefer third person, I think, to be able to make sure I'm not missing anything, but that's kind of cool. Alright, now let's go into cruise control. Ah, there it is, cruise. Perfect. So we'll go 14, and then apparently you can't go up to 14 because it'll kick off cruise control if you hold the accelerator. But anyway, good enough. Easy field. Alright, this should be our second to last pass. I think we got to get a little bit more, and then Clara will call it a good day for us. Nice to help out a neighbor in need. And for those of you who want a little switch from Farming Simulator or need something different, and of course, if you don't have a powerful PC, it is good to see these quote-unquote simulator games or RPGs coming to console, so that way everyone can participate. Alright, let's swing back one more time. And like I thought, Clara will probably reward us after that one. I'm not the best farmer in the world, but at least I can tell whether or not things have turned colors, and that's of course how you tell whether or not you're cultivating the land, is if it turns from that darker color back into kind of more of a gray soil color. Oh, the ground really looks nice. It actually has some decent texture to it. Alright, we should be able to finish this, and Clara will call it a good day for us. Clara seems to be fond of me. Oh! Oh, and an opportunity to save, which means we must have completed the objective. Quest complete! Work done. You may have... Keep the plow. You can still talk to Clara to see if she can teach you something. Alright, well, it's getting a little late, but alright, we can swing by and see if she has anything for us. And we also earned 500 social points and the plow, too, so that's great. Well, job done. Oh, we can actually purchase the field. X to field purchase. Huh. Well, I'll need to find some crops to buy this, but I think we'll come back later. So now that we've finished that, Claire's willing to give us her land. Maybe she's looking to get out of the farming business. Now, where was she before? Ah, there she is. I'll just hop off the tractor and go walk over to her now. Ah, feels good to be back on foot again. Now, I wonder if she needs any upgrades here. Ah, you can see the walls of the farm barn here aren't complete, so we could probably upgrade that for her or do some repairs. Oh yeah, this building is looking rough, including the Yeah, the doors too. So we can actually get out our nail gun or upgrade and repair those if Clara needs. Hi there.
Can I help you, sweetheart?
Uh-oh, she's calling me sweetheart now.
Can you tell me a bit about field work?
Sure. What do you need to know?
How do I prepare? I think I know all this stuff, so we're good to go.
Thanks. I'll see you.
We'll just need to find it on the map. So eventually we can wife her up if we want to, and same with pretty much anyone else that we might encounter. There's lots of lovely folks around town who might want to, you know, court us in order to create a family. But again, I have yet to get there. Alright, street lights are on. We better get home. Mom's going to be mad. We're not going to get Lunchables tomorrow if we're not home in time. So let's head back to the barn. Cool thing is when you're in the game, you can quick travel between vehicles. For example, if you're on the tractor, I believe you can press left or right on the D-pad, and it'll switch you over to a different vehicle. So once you have a harvester, or once you have a car, which we do, we can teleport between those. So if you need to go grab a piece of equipment or leave your vehicle somewhere important, you can just teleport to it quickly to go grab stuff by hand, and then load up the pickup truck and bring it back. Let's go over this way. Now, we can also put things in the silo to sell later, so we don't need to sell everything right away. And that's certainly helpful for selling when the market is in a better shape. And speaking of better shape, it looks like our greenhouse there has seen better days. We'll go ahead and park our tractor here for now. And usually we would park our pickup truck here, but this is going to be a perfect spot for the old tractor and cultivator, I think. Just to back it in just a little bit. That should be just fine. Good enough, I suppose, for now. At least it's out of the sun and the rain. Alright, back to the farm we go. Back to our homestead. They want me to go right here. Alright, what's here? Let's see. Home sweet home. There we are. Complete repairs on your farm. So we get 20,000 social points if we complete that objective. And we need to, in order to do that, get a lot of money to go buy some stuff from the hardware store, which is around here somewhere. I think it might be in Wheatford or somewhere down this area. There's also a vehicle store, again, where we can buy stuff. So those are two great ways to start buying equipment for the farm and also to upgrade and repair it, which is really important. And then eventually we can get the gazebo looking nice. We can finish our barn, and we can go up top here and take a little peek at the repairs that we've made so far. I think this is our main barn, is it not? This is a secondary barn. There's also a chicken coop that we can repair too, and it looks like a nice little gate here. That's a little back entrance to our main entrance, I guess, actually. Alright, cool. Let's go check the house out. It's quite nice that we can actually go inside and decorate and make repairs to it. So if we go inside here, we can see all sorts of interior things. I think there's actually like a nice kitchen and stuff. Oh, wait. This is the basement. Uh-oh. Wow, we got to repair everything. Ah, there we go. So we got a coal trough there for our old furnace. And it looks like the basement's looking pretty good. Lots of canned food down here, but unfortunately we can't use any of that. We have to go buy our own food, so that's kind of, yeah. Oh well. Let's go upstairs, and let's get some shut-eye, and we'll come back later. I guess in this, we must be in Canada because we just leave our doors open. So let's go ahead and, wow, we can rest for a week or sleep on bed. Imagine that, just staying in bed for 7 days and just hibernating like that. Essentially, it helps you to grow crops if you're just waiting for crops. So, okay, wow, another beautiful morning. Let's go take a look outside. Beautiful. We got the sunrise over there. Gorgeous. And there's the lay of the land. We can do things like fishing and small yard work in order to make money too. This works pretty smooth on PlayStation. This is nice. Floorboards are looking, yeah, real rough. All right, let's take a look at what we've got for cash. I want to do some repairs. We got 516 euros. And I'd like to go and buy some supplies if we can. The greenhouse actually has some supply to it. There's some materials sitting next to it. Let's find which way is the greenhouse. I get a little lost here when it comes to finding the greenhouse. I believe it's over here, actually. And then we can go and take a look and see if we can do some repairs. There it is. Okay. So there should be a little thing here. We can buy these for materials to be repaired. So we can actually pick up metal. So we tap square, I think we grabbed it, and then we can go into Engineer's Site, which allows us to see what's destroyed and what's not. So I think if we press R1, there you go, you can see everything inside the barn, the greenhouse here that needs to be repaired. And look at that, we actually have some storage ready to go. So we can upgrade some of these trays, start fitting it with potting soil, and then start growing things like tomatoes, lettuce, maybe smaller flowers or something. and then sell them, which is kind of cool. So I think what we should do is start repairing. Oh, actually, there's a humidifier here, too, and temperature control. Oh, look at that. We can actually... oh, look at that. Dry, wet, and also... what? Oh, okay, it's actually an automatic water, and it costs $2 to do that. Well, would you imagine that? And I got all wet. All right, we're going to repair this a little bit. It doesn't seem to show that he has a tool in his hand, but essentially he should have like a, what looks to be like some sort of a rivet gun or something like that. So we'll do a little bit of repairs inside here. When you get 3 yellow dots, that's when you know it's fully repaired, and if you need to go buy more material, you can do that by stepping outside and then eventually going to the store to buy more of that. Really cool. This is kind of like the first time I've ever seen a game where you actually get to modify and repair things in terms of like a kind of a first-person game. There's not any other game I can think of like that where you can really make repairs to things. Of course, you could compare it to, like, for example, American Truck Simulator, but you're mostly customizing those vehicles, purchasing them, and they usually don't take any damage because they're from real-world developers or manufacturers who don't want to see their precious trucks damaged or do any sort of pollution or anything like that. They just want to showcase the vehicles. All right, a few more trays to do, and we should be fine. Eventually, we'll have to go upstairs and, well, by that I mean get up on the scaffolding and start fixing the irrigation and all the windows and such. There's probably a few broken. Doesn't look like it, but at this point, with everything being so rusted, there must be a broken window somewhere. There we go. So now we're upgrading our greenhouse and getting that all repaired. Beautiful. That looks good. Now, let's see if we can do any potting soil. Let's see here. Seedling storage. Okay. Zucchini seeds stored in greenhouse. 10. Oh, we actually have 10 tomatoes. All right, let's use those. And let's see if we can actually... we can plant those here. All right, let's do those by the door so we can actually see from the window when we walk by how they're doing. So tomatoes we'll be able to sell to the neighbors for some more cash. So it looks like each seed is 1. So each time we put down a tray that's using 1 seed. That is a weird graphical glitch if I've ever seen one. It looks like the tomatoes are doing 1,000 miles an hour, like they just peeled out. What is that? Oh well. Let's go ahead and put down a few more. There we go. Hopefully the developers will fix that and make it all look a little bit better. Cool. So now we've got seedlings growing. I think we could turn on the water to help them to grow, but I don't know if they need to be wet or dry at the start. Maybe they've already been irrigated. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll leave it like that for now, and we'll come back and do some more work. We can do work inside and outside the greenhouse. So if we want to fix the outside, I think we can just walk around or go inside and set up scaffolding to fix the roof or the water tank and other things like that. So kind of cool that we get to do that. Now, we can also fix the barn here, but we're going to need certain materials to do that. So if we go into work mode, let's see here. And let's see if we can go to repair. There we go. That's the button we should have seen before, or the thing. There we go. So now, yeah, look at that. We're actually fixing up the farm. Cool. So we did some jobs. Now we can start fixing up doors and brickwork. And like inside the greenhouse, we should have actually been using like some sort of a grinder or something like that to kind of repair and remove the rust and make it look good. Okay, I think we might be able to repair this door if we do it from... let's see. Can we go back into repair mode? There we go. Oh, looks like we have to do it each time. Perfect. So we get out our nail gun. That's looking good. Let's fix this whole barn up a little bit here. Make Granddad proud. There we go. Now, I think eventually we might be able to paint things and put shingles on and really make it look good. So hopefully that's a thing we can do later on when we have some more cash to buy more materials. Luckily, we start with a little bit, so we can kind of do some basic repairs. But looks like this needs a lot more love. All right, let's do some more brickwork here. Oh, that's cool. It automatically changes. Nice. All right. Let's do some more brickwork. Excellent. And a little bit more. There should be some more. There it is. Pretty easy. Nice. All right, let's get out the old staple gun. I want to make this barn 100%. So let's do it. Now, I don't think we get any prestige until we finish everything. We don't get any social points until we've completed all repairs. And, wow, we even have to do things like fixing up the... There we are. He's got a little sander out there. Or what would you call that? A grinder? Sander? I don't know. But it looks good. All right, I think we're going to need to repair the exterior, too. We might need to rebuild things. But let's take a look. Looks like we need to get up to the second floor to do a little bit more work on the second floor. Oh, yeah, this isn't even anywhere near to being completed. Ooh. All right, let's put those air bricks down. Good. All right, the window's installed. Nice. Looks like we'll have to finish up the roof. We'll have to get up there with the scaffolding. Oh, very nice. Other wall there. And let's see if we can do the doorway. Ah, that's super satisfying to see it go down. I really wish in Farming Simulator there was a way to do that, but only this game seems to offer it, where you can do repairs and such. Now, of course, in other games you can put down a building by literally just kind of going to the buy menu and plopping it down, but there's something about bringing the materials to the site, or at least, you know, having something to do with its construction or repair. That's a little more satisfying. So this will be a storage barn, it seems, for our possible grain harvest. Not sure exactly what this is. Maybe it's hay? Looks like grain to me. But anyway, we don't want it to get wet, otherwise it'll rot and mold, and that's not good. Alright, looks like all the walls are complete. If we go into our scan mode, looks like everything on the second floor is good to go. And we can actually see other things like fuel and grain storage and things like that. Cool. Alright, let's get on the roof and finish that now. And we'll pull out our scaffolding. This is my favorite part of the game, really. I mean, I know it's called Farmer's Dynasty, but it's really like Repairman Simulator, where you can go to all your neighbors' houses and start fixing up stuff. Oh, looks like there's a few things we missed. There we go. Well, before we're done with the roof, or rather after we're done with the roof, we'll come and do a once-over of the whole building and see if we missed anything, and I'm sure we did. But we'll kind of give it a peek-a-rooski here until we go up top. Alright, let's pull out some scaffolding. So back into our menu there. We can use scaffolding to climb buildings. So let's go ahead and see if we can place this down. Let's see, R1 scaffold, there we go. And then we want to put it down with the square key. And so there you go, you can see that you can put scaffolding to get up to the second floor, and even stairs to get onto the roof. Now if you press circle, that's what deletes it. So if you don't want it anymore, there you go. And then you can go back to, let's repair mode. There we go. Cool. Alright, I missed this game. I'm glad I get to start again. It's always satisfying to repair your farm. This is my favorite part. Okay, let's see if we can get these installed. There we go. Okay. So eventually we'll be able to buy solar panels and other things such as drones and whatnot to look over our land and produce energy. It's not just about farming. The farming is here. But you're doing a lot more than just that. And I think that's what makes you a very important person in the town, because you're the only one who really can help everybody out with all the stuff they need to do. This town seems to have seen better days, although it is a beautiful town. There's lots of people who seem to live here. There's a road that passes through the town. There's train stations. There's a large church. But everybody kind of seems to be wanting not to be a farmer anymore. And this is where we get to shine by taking over the business and really making Granddad proud. All right, a few more areas to fill in here. Now, I think after this, we can go to the hardware store and start purchasing shingles or tar paper, whatever we have to do in order to install that and bring it up a level. It is a little tricky, though, to find where exactly to repair the roof. But looks like with a few more, we're good to go. And boom, all done. All right, now just on to this side. And one more there. And one more here. Whoa, I almost fell through the roof there. That was crazy. Okay, two more. Alright, there can't be done yet. There's got to be something I missed. There it is. Alright, hopefully we're all good. Oh, reward! You fixed your garage. Congratulations. 5,000 social points. Your neighbors appreciate the work. Good! Well, now we can start working on the house. Wow, I slept in there? That looks absolutely dangerous. Wow. Well, we did get social points for that, so let's take a look at the map and see what that may have unlocked. Complete repairs on your farm. Oh, looks like it unlocked a new neighbor, Becky. You notice an old hay wagon at one of the barns. It might be handy. So if we could continue doing these jobs, that's what will get us the hay wagon, so that way we can do a harvest and eventually make some money by selling hay. So that's kind of cool that social points unlocks new quests, and new quests, of course, unlocks new items. So we can keep on repairing the home. This is my favorite thing to do in the game, really, because you get a chance to kind of, you know, bring things back up to a level of pride, and then eventually start filling it with goods like, let's replace this plaster. You know, this also reminds me of House Flipper a little bit as well. Another great game that I enjoyed. Alright, let's fix some of the inside of the house. Alright. Well, that's good enough for now. Let's go see our neighbor then. Let's hop on our tractor and then get into our pickup truck and go say hi to Becky. Actually, now that I think of it, she has a hay wagon, so I don't know exactly what she's going to want us to do with it. Let's actually go grab our tractor. Unfortunately, we can't fast travel to a tractor. We actually have to go to a vehicle first, then we fast travel between the vehicles. So first we got to find it, and I think it's over here to the left. Right over here, right? There it is. Good. Now I don't know if we need to plow or something like that. I'm going to, I don't know exactly what she needs, but it doesn't say. And there's no fast travel either, unfortunately, I think. 50 social points, though, for dropping by Becky's. I'm going to actually leave this here and just see if I can go say hi to her. Maybe she'll just give it to us. Let's just drop this thing here. If I drop this and press down, there it goes. Alright, let's head out on the road. Let's open this thing up to full speed. Before we were doing 14, now we can do max speed. So if we take a right here, and then go down this road, then we take another right. And we want to go, is it right here? Ah, it's straight across. Alright. Well, now we get to see a little bit of the map. It is certainly alive. The landscape looks good. Lots of, you know, detail with small flowers and growing grass on the sides. And a lot of hilly terrain, as well as what seems to be some mud. Though it doesn't seem to affect your ability to drive in any way. It definitely does make things look a little more nice than just a generic dirt path. It seems like you're actually sinking into the ground a little bit, as a heavy vehicle like this would, even on the hardest of dirt paths. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where we're at now. So up to the intersection. It's going to take a while to get there. That's alright. This game is all about slow and go, and that's why I don't want to cut anything out, because it's not, you know, the high octane action of farming. No, it's a simulator. It's you know, an RPG kind of simulator game where you start a family. Maybe that's exciting. Oh, there's a cow over there. Well, I don't think we're supposed to drive across any other people's farms, but oh dear. Is it? I don't want to bore anybody, but there's a deer. Sir? Where are you going? Sir? I'd like to talk to you about switching to Geico. Sir? Wow, he's running at 23 kilometers an hour. I feel like Steve Irwin right now. Roy! He's a bit... Oh no, we got a cow down. Oh, wow, I just took him down. You better run. Where'd he go? He's going back that way. Let's get the boar. We're closing in on him. Alright, we're in pursuit. Unit John Bear in pursuit of boar. Oh, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Run, piggy. Oh, nothing happens. Alright, where are we going now? A little excitement in our day. So we need to take a right turn and head into town. Wow, there's cows just out on the road here in this game. That is dangerous. You guys gotta move. Yes, move. Okay. What? You just drive through them? Oh. Alright then. Well, that's exciting. I believe there's also a train that comes by on occasion too, and I don't know what happens if you drive out on the tracks. Hopefully nothing bad. Ah, here's a gas station. I've never had to fill up before, I think. But I guess there'll be a time where we have to do that. Okay, is there a shortcut between these neighborhoods here? I'm going to just take it. There seems to be a property line there, but I'm going to just take a left. Here's the other church in town. There's multiple towns in this map. They're all kind of small. This one's Redberry. Arriving at the town of Redberry. People just walking out in the streets. Cows just... Wow, this town has seen... What the... Well, it looked like that guy was going to try to GTA our tractor. Grand Tractor Auto. Alright, let's take a left. I don't even think you can hit other cars here. There is a vehicle dealership around here, as well as the dealership and the hardware store around here somewhere. I'm going to take a right here between these sunflower fields and also the grain. Let's go visit Sarah. Becky is her name, sorry. Now, we're bringing the tractor because I don't think the truck can haul it, but it would be nice in the future if the developers made an update for the pickup truck to be a little bit more useful than a personal transportation device. In other games, it would be nice if smaller vehicles were more effective in transporting light equipment, like, for example, water tanks and small trailers and maybe even headers and such. Be nice to be able to haul those around. Alright, looks like she's up here on the left, so we're almost there. I've spent a lot of time in this map, and it seems to be just as beautiful on PlayStation as it was on PC. And I also must add that it'll probably be just as good on Xbox, too, as we're not talking about like this isn't a next-gen graphic-intense shooter. It's just a little old farming sim. I have to go off that rock. That's asking to be a jump. I'm sorry. I have to do it. Eee, okay. And there we go. Alright. So let's see. Becky should be up here on the right, just on the other side of this small ditch. Oh, there's some small trees growing there. So hopefully Becky lends us this, what was that quest over there? 1,500 meters away. Oh, that's back at home. Well, that's something we need to complete over a long period of time, as we'll need to buy some more materials and such to truly upgrade the home. We do get points for finishing the barn and the greenhouse and things like that by doing it basic. You know, just adding all the bricks back and things like that, but I want to see a new quest. And apparently everybody else has everybody in this town has problems maintaining their property. Like, everybody's got a dilapidated house or barn and are in dire need of a handyman. And only one man can help, and that would be, well, that'd be me. Alright, looks like they're here to the left. Oh my god, Becky. Look at this tractor. It is so big. Was she... okay. What's going on?
The worker's no good at all, and there's so many things to be done.
Well, perhaps I can help. I'm looking for work.
And you don't work for nothing, do you? Sorry, can't afford new workers.
So what about this old hay trailer? I could use it as a payment.
Huh, if you say so. But it don't come too cheap. I need this barn and greenhouses fixed.
Oh.
What do you say?
Okay.
That's quite a lot of work, but I'll do it.
Alright, there we go. So now Becky wants us to repair her barn and the greenhouse. So just like what we were doing before. Oh, this is a cool picture. Look, Becky standing in front of the tractor. That's cool. So once we're done with that, we get the old the hay trailer. Wow, this POS? That's interesting. Okay, let's take a look inside. Boom, boom. Can we open it up? Ah, there we go. Ooh. This is a really nice barn. How did it get so bad? Interesting. Wow, it's like one of my videos. Got him. Absolutely destroyed. Alright, folks, this game is available now on PlayStation and Xbox, as well as PC, so if you'd like to pick it up, make sure you go ahead and check it out on those available stores. It's a pretty unique game, and I hope to see more of these Dynasty games coming out, getting bigger and better as they go on. The developers learning a lot of stuff, and me too, as I played this game for a second time. So I appreciate everyone being here. I'm going to take a seat now. It's time for my lunch break, so appreciate everybody being a part of today's video. Remember to use your blinker, and thank you very much for leaving a like for these types of games. If you'd like me to return to Farming Sim or other games like that, or Farmers Dynasty, please do leave a like, and I'll be happy to do more. Thanks to the devs again for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for more. Have a great day. Use that blinker.